So, I hope everybody can hear me. A warm welcome from my little tiny home office here in Switzerland. I would like to say hello for our first webinar, live webinar. Today we're going to talk about a very, very interesting and incredible product which we launched a couple days ago. And I hope everybody can see the presentation which I prepared, so it makes it a little bit easier for you to follow the whole information. And some technical things up front. The whole webinar will be recorded, so everybody has the possibility later on, or whenever you guys want, you can review the entire presentation here on the EduTip platform just by logging in again to this event, so you have the possibility to review it whenever you want. When I finish the presentation, we have the possibility to answer questions. Therefore, you can use the chat. The questions of the chat will be only visible for me, so that you don't get distracted from all these questions. So I think we have enough time after the official presentation to do that. And so let's start right away with the information. I would like to greet everybody. We have people from the United States, of course. We have people from Canada. We have people from Germany. We have people from India, from the United Arabian Emirates. Also some people from Belgium. So it's kind of a very interesting group. And yeah, so let's start right away. Before we get into the topic of Kiseki Matcha, I would like to provide you with some information how I became aware of this product. It was actually served to me and introduced to me about 2 years ago, and at that time I didn't even notice or realize which kind of incredible product I tasted at that time. And so I just took a little sip, and it tasted actually very well, but I didn't pay so much attention to it because for me it was just a regular tea. So however, about a year ago I was kind of alerted when I saw an article in a medical newspaper in regards to one of the unique ingredients which are in matcha or in green tea in general. It's a very difficult word. It's called epigallocatechin gallate. And there was a very interesting study published in regards to this ingredient together with cancer. And the results of this study were so incredible that I started to look a little deeper in it. I started to research, and I found out that this product has incredible health benefits, has an incredible amount and an incredible balance of ingredients, and that's why I decided to research the whole thing personally, and finally got into the matcha world. And as you can read, discovering real treasures which were hidden over centuries is the most exciting gratification. The reason for that phrase is matcha has a history, almost one entire century of history, and most of us in the Western world, they don't even know about it. And even the high quality tea houses who offer matcha, they don't know about the entire background of it. So finally I decided that this is the product which fits perfectly to our intelligent magnetic resonance stimulation, because with magnetic resonance stimulation we have the possibility to increase the ability of the cell to absorb more nutrients. So the missing key was finally to find the perfect product which is able to provide this amount and this balance of ingredients, and by not taking a lot of single supplements, the idea was to find a product which which combines everything in a real food product. And that's what matcha is. Matcha is not a supplement. Matcha is a real food product, and provided by nature in an incredible quality. And that was the reason why we decided to add this to our product portfolio and to finally provide it to you as a as an add-on for IMRS, as well as the most healthy beverage which is known to mankind. And so let's start right away. Kiseki Matcha, the Green Wonder, optimal health and energy. First of all, let's talk about the history of Kiseki Matcha. I told you already, this product has an incredible history which goes back over 800 years, and it was actually discovered and cultivated first by Chinese Zen monks from the Chang dynasty, and then the Japanese Zen monks took it over, and in China it was and is still today even forgotten, but the Japanese Zen monks, they took it over, they brought it to Japan, and they cultivated and perfected it in their own country. Interestingly, at that time when the Zen monks discovered matcha, they didn't use it as a regular beverage, they used it as a medicine. And I'm sure some of you know that in Japanese culture there is one ritual which is actually the highest ritual in Japanese culture. It's called chamoyu, or the Japanese tea ceremony. And matcha is actually the tea which is selected to be used in the Japanese tea ceremony. And over almost 750 years, matcha was always also the tea of the elite. So only the emperor, the samurais, and the Zen monks, they hid this mystery about matcha, and they used it exclusively for them. And so it happened that matcha was, even in Japan, where it was cultivated and perfected, it was unknown to the Japanese public until 1945, before it became more and more popular to the so-called regular people. And matcha is nowadays, still today, the world's rarest and most premium tea. There's a very significant number. Only 0.0003% of the worldwide green tea production is matcha. So it's a little bit comparable to caviar and to very rare champagne or a great wine. It's really a very rare product, and yet mostly not known to the Western world. So when I started researching about matcha, the idea was to find, of course, the best product. And if you look for the best food product, first of all, you have to look into the manufacturing, the harvesting, the growth of the plants and everything, to make sure that you get a real, natural, 100% organic, of course, also certified product. And Kiseki Matcha, which is our brand, it's based on an organic green tea plant, which only grows in a very specific area in Japan. It's called the Highlands of Nishio. There is a mountain, it's called Shimoyama. Shimoyama is actually, if you translate it into English, it's similar like to the Fog Mountain. So green tea plants perfectly grow in an area where there is a lot of humidity, and in the same time where you have shaded periods during the day. And we will learn that later on. The growth of the plant, which finally will be used for matcha, belongs to the group of the so-called shaded teas, but we will talk about that later on. And to get the best quality out of the green tea leaf, of course, for Kiseki Matcha, for our brand, only the youngest leaves from the first spring harvest. We have 3 to 4 harvests during one year, and the first spring harvest, which actually happened right away, between end of May and mid or end of June, depending a little bit on the climate, on the weather situation. In Japan, it's called the Ichiban, the first harvest. This is the most valuable and the highest quality harvest during the year for green tea leaves, which qualify finally for Kiseki Matcha. Every single tea leaf which finally will be manufactured into Kiseki Matcha is hand-picked. It's even assorted by hand, and of course green tea is not fermented. So all the ingredients, all the nutrients, they stay in the leaf directly from the plucking to the manufacturing. There is a very sophisticated production process behind high quality matcha production, and we will also talk about this in more particular a little bit later. To grind a green tea leaf into finest matcha powder, it takes special tools, and one of these special tools is a so-called man-made granite grinding wheel, which is really handmade, and you can see from the manufacturing process, even the grinding, to get 30 grams of matcha tea, which we see here. Hope you can see that. That's this little matcha box, 30 grams. This process takes about 1 hour of grinding, and it's also known as the so-called low friction method. So again, this kind of grinding keeps the nutrients, the ingredients within the powder, and nothing will be damaged during the manufacturing process. So that's very important to know that. Growing matcha is an art. Because I explained already, matcha is a shaded tea, and this shading process is an art of its own. You can see this little picture here. You can see some shades over the green tea leaves, and you know the time frame of shading and the absorption in percentage of sunlight. This is kind of an art which was developed over almost 1,000 years and perfected to the quality which we have nowadays. The shading lasts between 21 and 28 days, and the shading is also responsible for the very like the emerald shade green color of finished Kiseki Matcha, because by shading the tea plant, the plant itself produces much more chlorophyll, which leads to the real light green color of the final product. And in Japan, the manufacturer and the people who are really familiar with matcha manufacturing, they have another focus which is very important for them. It's the so-called umami. Usually we have we know 4 kinds of tastes, and the Japanese people, they created an additional taste which is called umami, and this umami, which most of the people don't experience right away when they use matcha for the first time, but after 5-6 attempts and 5-6 matcha sessions, you will develop this very unique taste in your mouth, on your tongue. It's kind of a tart, sweet, and in the same time very strong natural taste, which you're gonna feel when you drink matcha, which is incomparable to any other tea in the world. And umami you can only create from the best, the greenest, and from the Ichiban leaves from the first harvest. And you know, the better you take care of the plant during the growth, the better the chance to receive or to get a real umami experience when you start drinking it. We created a seamless quality chain with our manufacturer, which exclusively manufactures for MediConsult Kiseki Matcha. We also have all necessary laboratory tests, which we of course can also provide to you if you ask for it, which gives you a real idea which kind of art, which kind of quality of matcha we are providing to our clients and to you as our reps. A little information on top. The basis for matcha, this is for all the people who are a little bit aware of the history and the topic of green teas, is a so-called tencha. Tencha is like I said, is a green tea leaf from the first harvest, and it's a very selective leaf, and only tencha leaves qualify for the final processing of matcha tea. So what's the uniqueness of matcha? Well, you know, we could probably do a 4-hour webinar to just talk about, you know, the single ingredients, but I decided to give you a little bit of a sneak peek of the most important unique features or characteristics of Kiseki Matcha. In general, from tea science, we know that only 35% of ingredients in regular tea are water soluble. So that means when you usually prepare a regular tea, so you put the tea ring in the water, and then after 3, 4, 5 minutes, depending on your personal taste, you take the tea out of the water and you throw it away, which means you throw away all the ingredients, or most of the ingredients, which are within the tea leaf. And of course, when you drink the tea afterwards, you don't benefit from it in the way you should. With matcha, there is a very interesting uniqueness, because what we do is we mix the ground tea leaf together with water. So in fact, when we drink matcha tea, we drink literally the whole leaf. So we don't throw anything away, and in the same time, we even benefit from the ingredients which are not water soluble, so which are actually staying in the leaf. Because of swallowing the whole leaf, drinking the whole leaf, we even get benefits from these 65%, which you usually throw away with regular tea. So that's an incredible, unique feature of matcha. You drink the whole leaf and you don't throw anything away of it. Matcha provides you with an extremely high content of nutrients, you know, and also what's very important, because it's 100% natural product, which is not altered afterwards, so there is nothing added and nothing taken away. And the nutrients and the ingredients in matcha, therefore, also have 100% biological availability for our organisms, because there is nothing altered, there is nothing artificially added. So in fact, it's 100% biological available, and we, as the people who drink matcha, we actually benefit 100% from the ingredients, because of these 3 important unique features which I explained right away. The perfect balance of antioxidants, nutrients, minerals, and vitamins, that's also a very important thing. You know, we have a lot of supplements on the market, and what most of the people who are in this industry try to do, they try to add the benefits of single plants or single herbs, put them all together, and then, you know, claim that they have the 10 best single ingredients together in one product. The problem is, beside the fact that, you know, a lot does not always help a lot, it is very important to understand that the balance between, you know, the balance between the whole ingredients is very important for us to actually create the 100% availability. So that's very, very important, and matcha is unbeatable if it comes to the balance of all the ingredients which are provided. And of course, matcha has the by far highest amount of antioxidants of all food products known to mankind. And I mean, this is so significant. If you take a look at this, I took some ORAC values. That's actually the the value which is internationally established to compare antioxidants within natural products. And you can see there is a superfood which is called goji berry, which claims to be together with wolfberry, which is the sister of the goji berry, and they claim to have the highest amounts of antioxidants of all superfoods, which is in fact true, or which was true before we discovered the incredible amount of antioxidants in matcha. And you can see here, I mean, goji berry has an ORAC value of 253. Wolfberry is a little bit higher, 303. It's not displayed here. Dark chocolate, which is also very well known with a high amount of antioxidants, 227 ORAC value. Pomegranate, 105. White blueberry, 93. And interestingly, acai berry, which is one of the competitors in network marketing. As you know, there is a company claiming that acai berry has already a very high amount of antioxidants. And I mean, here is the ORAC value, which is comparable internationally, and that's what it is. The ORAC value of acai berry is 60. The ORAC value of our Kiseki Matcha Chado is 1,573. So that means, in fact, it's about 25 times more antioxidants in Kiseki Matcha than in acai berry, and about 5 times more antioxidants in comparing to the superfood goji berry or wolfberry. So that's incredible. And by the way, this is all tested by independent laboratories. And on our website, which I introduced to you a little bit later, you're going to get some ideas where you can find all this information. Here, I just the overview of ingredients. The good thing about matcha, it has almost literally 0 calories, so it can be also used for in conjunction with diets, with weight loss programs. Very helpful, because you get all the amounts of ingredients, nutrients, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and in the same time, you don't feel hungry so much if you drink matcha, and in addition, you feel more energy. So you eat less, and therefore you can control your weight loss. So we have, let's say, I'm gonna try to show you this here a little bit. So here's the ORAC score of Kiseki Matcha Chado, which is 1,573 units, which are already displayed in the previous slide. Then we have the macro and micronutrients, and we have a very, very interesting group of ingredients which we call the catechins, and especially here a very high amount of epigallocatechin gallate, which I mentioned already also a couple minutes ago. This is actually the ingredient which is in the main focus right now, even of allopathic medicine, if it comes to cancer prevention and also to cancer treatment. And when we later come to our marketing tools, I will introduce a new tool to you, which helps you to educate yourself a little bit more about matcha in general. And in the same time, it will provide a lot of published scientific medical studies which are related to this panacea. That's how we call it. And a very important ingredient is here L-theanine, and we will talk about that in a minute. So that's just the overview. First of all, the epigallocatechin gallate takes about 5 minutes to learn this word. In modern literature, it's the shortcut is EGCG. So even if you do research and you type the shortcut, it will relate you to epigallocatechin gallate. This is actually the panacea in matcha. And believe it or not, during my research, which I did before we decided to implement this product in our portfolio, I found already about more than 2,000 published clinical studies in regards to EGCG, which is one of the unique ingredients in green tea, and in a very high concentration in matcha. So it's mentioned with cancer, multiple sclerosis, immune system, cardiovascular system, even with Alzheimer and Parkinson. There are studies published which show that by using and by taking epigallocatechin gallate, you can do a lot of positive things with all these indications here. And last but not least, very important for our philosophy was the fact, how can we still improve our metabolism? We have the IMRS, we have the pulse electromagnetic field application, but now we have the perfect fuel in combination, and EGCG works as a perfect free radical scavenger together with all the other antioxidants which are available in matcha. So then I mentioned L-theanine. It's an amino acid which exclusively contains or is found in green tea leaves, and again in a very high concentration in matcha. The L-theanine is on one hand responsible for the taste of matcha, also for the so-called umami. And the good thing about matcha is, even if we have a very high amount of caffeine, by the way, the thein, which is the coffee in tea, and the caffeine in coffee has exactly the same molecular structure. So, there is no difference between the caffeine in tea and the caffeine in coffee. For all the people who don't know that, that's a very remarkable information. So we can directly compare the caffeine levels of matcha, of green tea, and all other natural food products which contains of caffeine. The unique thing about matcha is that because of the balanced amount of ingredients, the balanced amount of caffeine and L-theanine, you get this energy boost, but in the same time, you don't feel agitated. And this is a very, very unique situation when you drink matcha, and that's actually the so-called Zen effect. That's what the monks experienced when they started using matcha about 850 years ago for meditation, because they stayed awake over hours for their meditation, and in the same time they didn't feel agitated. So they were very relaxed, and this is an effect which you can only create by drinking green tea, or in a very high concentration and therefore in lower doses with Kiseki Matcha. Actually, after doing briefly research, I can tell you from the bottom of my heart that matcha is the healthiest natural beverage known to mankind. There is no other product in the world which has, the same health benefits and the same amount and the same balance of ingredients, macro, micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals. So let's look on the health promoting effects of Kiseki Matcha. This is based on the study research I did. Fitness for the brain. So you have this so-called Zen monk effect. So you stay alerted without becoming agitated, very important. It reduces stress. You can use matcha as a perfect add-on when you do weight loss programs. It's very, very effective. You can boost and maintain a very high level of your immune system. I found some studies which show that matcha elevates blood pressure, so it doesn't even matter whether people suffer from high blood pressure or low blood pressure. Matcha is able to elevate blood pressure. It supports the entire cardiovascular system. It also helps to balance your blood sugar. And never forget, it's a food product. So you do that with 100% natural, organic, certified food product, and not a supplement. Matcha is also very helpful for your teeth and your gum. because it balances the flora within the mouth. So whenever you drink matcha, you leave it a little bit in your mouth before you swallow it, because it really helps to balance your entire flora in your mouth. Then it's very effective for digestion. And what's also very interesting, I'm sure a lot of people listening now, they know that there are a lot of detox programs with natural food products, for example, algae, chlorella. And what most of the people still don't know, that chlorophyll has a very, very high ability to attract toxins and, you know, to get rid of it over the kidneys and over the liver. And the good thing about chlorophyll is that, you know, once it attracts the toxins out of the body, it doesn't go through the entire blood system. It directly takes it from the digestive system of the organism, and draws it directly towards the liver and the kidney. So in this case, you don't suffer from these so-called Herxheimer effects or healing effects, comparing to products which have to go through the entire blood system. Then it shows very good results for osteoporosis. It's the best natural food for anti-aging. Of course, you can use it for athletic performance, caused by the amounts and about the balance and by the balance of the ingredients and the nutrients. Alzheimer, Parkinson, I mentioned that already. It's the EGCG, which is the unique ingredient in the matcha. It's perfect for cancer prevention. And I also mentioned that it's actually a very effective metabolic booster. So let's look at the two different varieties of matcha we provide from MediConsult. So we decided our less expensive product, which is Kiseki Matcha, is already the highest level, which is available also retail. You know, even in North America, there are some retailers, some specified tea houses or online tea houses which already provide this highest quality of matcha. This is actually the grade which is usually used for the original Japanese ceremony, which is called chamoyu. And our matcha, both varieties which I'm going to introduce to you, are both 100% certified organic, USDA. We also have the German it's called the Bio seal, the Bio seal. We have the seal of the European Union, and Kiseki Matcha has also a specific certificate for kosher and halal. So that's very important. And you know, we got some questions during the last week, a lot of emails in regards to the situation with the radioactivity caused by the incident in Fukushima. There is of course, there are rules. There are rules from the FDA, you know, which finally lead to the fact that only products from Japan can be imported to Canada and the United States, and of course also to Europe, if these products can be provided with laboratory tests which definitely show that there is no radioactivity, that there is no radiation in the product itself. And of course we have all these certificates, otherwise we would never be able to allow to import our products to North America. We actually we are registered with the FDA, so that also means whenever we import something, whenever we get a shipment from a third country into North America especially, it has to go through FDA, so they got an alert, and you know, they check the documentation, they check the product, and only if the product is 100% safe and secure, they will release the shipment. And with our product, we have no problem because we have all the certificates and all the necessary papers, which clearly shows that this product is 100% clean. Very important for you to know. Kiseki Matcha Chado has actually the highest ORAC value. I mentioned that already, 1,573. It's very rich in catechins, so that you know that relates to EGCG also, and it has a kind of a tart, sweet taste. A little remark from my side: a high-quality matcha may never taste bitter. If you, there are some cheaper matchas on the market. But you know, once you had your second, third experience, you can definitely determine whether a matcha has a high quality or not just by tasting it. Most of the cheaper matcha or green tea powders, that's how they call it, they taste bitter, and therefore the balance of the ingredients and the origin of the tea leaf is questionable. Our second product is Kiseki Matcha Prime. Kiseki Matcha Prime is the best matcha in the world, and this quality is definitely not yet available on the regular market. We created a special quality chain to create an incomparable and incredible natural organic matcha, and this product has the highest balance if it comes to all the ingredients. It's of course also very, very high in antioxidants, also rich in L-theanine, so the balance is a little bit higher, which finally leads to this ultimate Zen experience, which you're gonna, by the way, you're gonna experience the effects of matcha. Almost everybody is experiencing it even after drinking the first bowl. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and then you're going to realize that your head becomes more clear, and at the same time you stay very relaxed, but you're more focused, you're more energetic, and combining this with an IMRS application, that gives you the best holistic combined application which is available on this planet right now. It's really incredible. So, of course, there is a price difference. The price difference is about 20%. We sell the Kiseki Matcha Chado in the United States for $45, and the Kiseki Matcha Prime, I think it's $59. I hope I'm right. With all the currencies, I'm sorry, but I think it's 59. 45 and 59. So, so there is a price difference, of course, but there is also a little gap in the quality. But again, you know, we start with our Chado, which is our lower quality. This is already the best quality which is available now on the market. And if you compare the prices we come out with the real high-class matchas, organic matchas, which are on the market, so they are, you know, we are even a little bit below the price. And if it comes to business, if you order matcha as an existing representative of MediConsult, you get your percentage according to the position you leave in your matrix. So you're even gonna buy cheaper through network than retail, which is a very rare situation. Here again, the quality attributes which we provide to you to give you a real confidence when you start presenting this product to your personal environment. Manufacturers according to ISO 9001, so there is a certified quality management behind all that. It also has ISO 14000, which is a particular certification for food products. So it has even a higher certification than is usually necessary for food products. And AIB and YONA means it also, of course, matches the requirements of Japan according to the manufacturing and processing of food products. It is also already mentioned USDA Organic certified. It is also tested and certified by IMO Switzerland, which is one of the most reputable food laboratories worldwide, and you can Google it. You're going to find a lot of information on that. It's organic certified in the European Union, and it also has a kosher certificate provided by Circle K and a halal certificate by IFANCA, which is the organization responsible for doing these kind of certificates. How to prepare a perfect matcha. And you know, the following message really comes from the bottom of my heart, because bringing matcha into the Western world is not only to bring a good product to us, a product which most of the people don't know before, but it is my goal, and is the goal of MediConsult, to also bring the culture with matcha to the Western world. And that means we should respect the way how perfect traditional matcha is prepared. And you know, according to the Japanese tea ceremony, there is a very clear rule and a very strict way how to really create perfect matcha, and in the end, you know, benefit mostly from the umami, which is the taste, but also from the health benefits by releasing the entire ingredients when you start mixing it with water. So what do we need to create perfect matcha, Kiseki Matcha? Of course, we need the matcha, the tea, the chado or the prime. Then we need a special whisk. This is what we see here. This is a bamboo whisk. We even see different qualities of the whisks. And we also respect that, by the way. According to the marketing philosophy which we come out with Kiseki Matcha, we're going to provide you with all these necessary accessories to really create the original, the traditional and the ancient experience of drinking matcha. So we not only start marketing the tea itself, we also gonna provide the entire accessories to really, you know, get this Chanoyu experience to the people. And this is very important comparing to supplements. The problem with supplements is, besides that, you know, the sum of its parts is not always better than the whole. That's exactly what relates to the philosophy of matcha, because it's 100% food product, so the whole is always better as the sum of its parts. When you take a lot of supplements, first the problem is you don't know how these single supplements react together. If they still have the high biological availability when you swallow them, and even more important, you do not receive this experience anymore. And by drinking matcha the traditional way, and you know, to create perfect matcha, it needs 15 to 30 seconds. So it's not a big deal to do that. But, you know, we again start getting this kind of experience, you know, this little break. And this experience also helps to, you know, to create more consciousness when we take a traditional food product. And that will actually lead to the fact that we feel the benefits better, because we are more conscious when we take the food product. And you know, this whisk here, we're going to provide them in two different qualities, one with 80 prongs and one with 120 prongs. So we actually created two different sets. We created a set with the matcha chado, which is the lower price product, with an 80 prong whisk. And then there is a special bamboo spoon here. It's called, in Japanese language, it's called chashaku. By the way, the whisk is called chasen. And with this chashaku, we actually portion the amount of matcha which we need out of the tin into the authentic matcha bowl. And even this matcha bowl is specially manufactured for MediConsult. We decided to look for a special style. It's called the Oribe style, which is comes from the samurai, from the ancient samurai times. and it has a very irregular shape, and it's a handcrafted bowl and gives you really the perfect experience when taking matcha. So this is actually, these are the necessary accessories which you need to create perfect traditional Kiseki Matcha. And last but not least, we need a water kettle. Please do not heat up the water in the microwave, because that's going to kill the water. And you know, beside the fact that the water quality is bad, it also has an immediate impact on the taste of the matcha tea itself. So use a water kettle to heat up the water. You can boil it, but I will show you in a little video in a minute how to do it really in a perfect way. So the water kettle, and you know, water could be an additional webinar, but make sure that you at least get the best water which is available, especially for North America. Do not use tap water to create perfect matcha, because all the toxins, the chlorines, and all the other stuff in the water will definitely not help to really get the best benefits out of it. So that's what you need. And then how to become a lifestyle consultant. So this is actually how we do it. By the way, the video, which is not working here right now, because I know why, because I transferred it into a PDF. However, you can watch this video on our website. I will explain to you in a minute. According to the business, for all the people who are already registered with MediConsult as representatives with the IMRS or the Skin Dream or both products, it's very simple, because you do not have to re-register again. So you are already eligible to order matcha for yourself, or even, you know, for resale if you want. So what we did, we fully integrated the matcha products in our existing MediConsult defined matrix compensation plan. So it will actually be used as an additional product as the same way than the IMRS or the Skin Dream or the additional products we provide with these 2 units. So, you know, for people who start with a matrix, they start with a 20% commission, and for people who already signed up 2 people underneath, left and right leg, they will get matcha with a 30% commission level. And the registration for the people who are new, and this is now the cool thing about this business concept, because now you can, as an existing representative, you can start build your matrices very quick, comparing to IMRS, which is a high-priced product, which is an investment product, and therefore it needs a little bit more efforts to bring people in the system. Here with matcha, it's different, because the only requirement we have to start with matcha is an online registration, which costs $19 US, 19 Canadian, or for our European friends, 15 euro or 19 Swiss francs. And in combination with the online registration, what we need is a personal order of one of our starter kits, which we're going to provide. And you can see again the items here. The one here I didn't mention yet. This is a so-called whisk holder, and this whisk holder is very important to prolong the shelf life of this whisk, because when this whisk, this is actually a wood product made of bamboo, 100% natural product. So when you start whisking matcha with the chasen here, over time, you know, the wood becomes weak, and if you put it here over this whisk holder, the whisk will keep its shape, and so you're going to extend the lifetime. So this will also be part of the starter kit. And then, of course, the whisk itself, the chashaku, the bamboo spoon, and the chasen, the chawan, the so-called authentic matcha bowl. And of course, then prime or chado, depending on which level you want to start with Kiseki Matcha. The price is $139 US for the chado kit, and $169 US or Canadian for the prime kit. So like I said, fully integrated in existing MDM plans. So now you can start signing up people just with matcha, and you know, you can fill up your matrices, and therefore, you know, over time benefit from a bigger organization, from a faster growth with this product. And let me introduce quickly the marketing tools which we provide. First of all, we have a new website, www.kisekimatcha.com, and this website is available in German and English. And there you're going to find all the information about the history, about the mystery, about the qualities which we provide, and also you're going to find the video how to prepare matcha. There is a link on it, and all necessary information which also your clients, your customers need to really get into the product and understand the benefits behind it. We also created a new info brochure. It's here. It's available in the 50 pack, so you can order 50 packs for $10. A little leaflet which you can also put your stamp, your personal information in, and then provide it to your environment. We also created a so-called lid fan fold. That's a little thing here when you open the matcha box. Just here, when you open it, there is a little fan fold inside here, and you can unfold it, and you have all the information how to create perfect matcha in German and English on both sides, so that everybody is really equipped with all the necessary background information. Then there is also an inlay in the starter kits which will give you a brief explanation how to create perfect matcha by using the accessories, and how to use the water. By the way, that's something which even I didn't know before I started researching matcha is the higher the quality of the tea, the lower the water temperature. So, the perfect water temperature to drink matcha is about 60 to 80 degrees centigrade, which is about 140 to 170 degrees Fahrenheit. So, the higher the quality, the lower the temperature, the better the taste and the better the health benefits. Because when it's too hot, you're going to destroy already parts of the ingredients, and this is not what we want, because we want to get the whole health benefit of the entire product. And then what I did, while doing my research, I decided, because there is so much background information necessary to understand this world of matcha, and you cannot find all this information combined in one little tool, and that's why I decided to write a book about matcha, which I did. And this book is available as an ebook. So if you own one of these nice gadgets here, this is an iPad. I opened it already here, so you probably can see this. This is the iBook store, and there is the matcha book here, and you just download that from our website. You probably can see that. That's the matcha book. And when I click on it, it opens, and we have an interactive ebook with all the information about matcha. And the interesting thing about this book is, this ebook, it's an interactive book, so it's also filled with picture galleries. It's filled with several videos, which you can directly click when you connect it to the internet, and it will retrieve it from YouTube or from other platforms where we uploaded the videos. And it also has links to studies if it comes to the health benefits. And if we go through the indication list, whenever I found studies, I provided the studies in this book, and you can simply click on a link. Just see if we can go through this quickly. Hold on a second, I'm gonna find it for you. So whenever, this is for example matcha and cancer, and you're gonna see some green links here in the book, and then you just tap on it, and it will automatically open. It will open automatically the link to the study which is provided, and give you the study here directly in the book. This is from PubMed.gov. So you can use this as a presentation tool for you know, when you start presenting matcha to somebody. And right now, this book is available, ebook is available in German. And for all people who do not have an iPad, it's also available as a PDF for download. And you can download it right after we finish the webinar, which will be in a couple minutes. And you go on the website and you just follow the link of the book, and then you can directly download it in German. And in English, it will be available. I think the translation will be done next week. So, of course, the ebook and the PDF are both for free. So we really want to get this out, this information, and we do not ask for money. So, you know, get this ebook, read it, and then you will understand why I'm so excited about this incredible food product. And of course, we also created a video how to prepare Kiseki Matcha, which can also be found on our website, kisekimatcha.com. So, it's very interesting. There's another network company right now. They just did a launch of a matcha product 2 days after we did it. Very interesting. It's maybe some of you know. It's the company is called Unicity. And then, but if you take a closer look at it, what they did, you know, they put a little bit of matcha. By the way, not even organic matcha, and they again started mixing it together with other fermented ingredients like powder of pomegranate and stuff like that. And actually, this is not the philosophy we have. There is sugar in it. There is artificial stuff, you know, to prolong the shelf life and all that. And of course, they're going to use the marketing claims of matcha. But according to you know, if you really do your brief research, you're going to find out matcha has the highest health benefits if you use it the traditional way, you know, unaltered, exactly the way nature provides this product, nothing taken away, nothing added. And this is actually how we as MediConsult will start marketing this product from now on. There is such an opportunity with such a product, you know, usually appears every 20 to 30 years. It's really like that. And, you know, even if it's unknown to us, you know, the huge history background of this product, the huge amount of clinical medical studies, you know, in regards to the unique ingredients which are coming with matcha, you know, that gives this product a lot of credibility already, even if people don't know about it. And this product will definitely become the natural lifestyle and health trend. And it will also replace many of the supplements which are on the market right now, because matcha outperforms most of the supplements, you know, just by the balance and the amount of health beneficial ingredients. So, almost done. So thank you for your attention. And now, if you have some questions, okay, I got okay. So the prices, yeah, the Kiseki Matcha Chado is $45 US, and the Kiseki Matcha Prime is $69 US. By the way, the starter kits will be available end of next week. We're gonna get the shipments with the accessories in approximately Tuesday or Wednesday, and then it takes about 2 to 3 days to get everything ready, and then we're gonna ship it out. So the set's gonna be, I mentioned that the starter kit with the Kiseki Matcha Chado is gonna be $139 US, and the starter kit with the Kiseki Matcha Prime is $169. So somebody of the participants have questions, so please use your chat now. And what's the euro price? Jill Wilson. So I need help from Thomas, who is also with us, our marketing director. Maybe he can just look up the prices in euro. In the meantime, I can answer a question from Matt from Manchester, UK. Can you take too much of it in one dose or cup? Actually, yes and no. So you know, because it's a very effective food product, if you drink too much of it, and because of the high grade of biological availability, you know, you could probably, I mean, you will not get any health issues, but it could probably lead to the fact that you become too alerted. And, you know, even the Japanese people say, don't drink too much. And what's even more crucial, never drink matcha in the evening. So matcha should be, the perfect time frame for drinking matcha is between getting up in the morning and noon, because that will actually help to really boost and increase the metabolism and gives you the energy during the day. Very important. So here we have the prices in euro. That was a question from Jill from the London area, UK. The euro prices are 39 euro for the Chado and 59 euro for the Prime. And for the starter kit, the Chado starter kit is 109 euro, and the Prime starter kit is 129 euro. Okay, there's another question from Rainer from Germany. Are there, comparing the two different varieties of the matcha Chado, is there only a difference in price and taste, or is there also a difference in ingredients? There is also a difference in ingredients, which the Prime, even if the Prime has a little bit of a lower ORAC score, so actually the Chado, the cheaper one, has more, has a higher amount of antioxidants, but if it comes to the balance of all the ingredients, the Prime has the best output. By the way, in the ebook, you can find the charts with all the ingredients comparing Matcha Chado, Kiseki Matcha Chado and Kiseki Matcha Prime. There is another question, can children drink matcha? Yes, without any problem. So no question, children can drink it. Children even should drink it, especially, you know, if you have children suffering from ADD or ADHD, because these people, these children mostly have problem with concentration. In the same time, they get very tired because they are agitated the whole day. So matcha is a perfect natural possibility to calm down the situation and to balance it. Diabetics, absolutely. You know, matcha is actually, if you look at the scientific studies which are done with matcha, matcha is the best natural organic food product which diabetics could use to really balance their entire situation. Okay, here is another question. What are the differences in manufacturing Chado and Prime? Well, the differences is the source. The matcha Prime, you know, for the matcha Prime, we really only use the first 2 tea leaves from the Ichiban harvest, spring harvest. And even these 2 tea leaves, they are later on again 4 or 5 times specially selected to make sure that for this, you know, for this unique product, we got the best leaves. And then the whole production chain and the whole quality chain is even a little bit more sophisticated than with the regular organic Chado. Diane asks, any contraindications in drinking this tea for those who take medications? Question, I'm always asked, even if it's a natural food source, can it be taken at the same time or apart? There are no contraindications. I found a study, which is also mentioned in the book, very interesting. I think it was a group of a medical team in Alexandria in Egypt. They did a study by investigating the impact of green tea, of matcha, in conjunction with antibiotics. And the interesting result was that the antibiotics were up to 99% more effective comparing to the control group. They didn't take any matcha in the same time. And the second very interesting part of the study, or the result of the study, was that the bacteria became 20% less resistant on the antibiotics. So this is a very interesting combination. Actually, there are no negative effects for people who take medications, not at all. I didn't find anything about that, so there should be no problem to take it. And the second part of Diane's question was, can it be taken at the same time or apart? You know, in regards to how our entire organism works, I would suggest it's always better to have a little bit difference in time. Whereas I would recommend to drink matcha first, because matcha has also a cleansing effect on the body. So, you know, take the matcha in the morning, even during breakfast or after breakfast, depending what you like to drink during breakfast, and you know, then wait a little bit and then start taking the medication. So I would actually prefer to drink matcha first, because it gives you a natural cleansing and balancing effect, and then you start taking your medication. There is something else in my mind which is very interesting, because you know, matcha is also used for a certain amount already for lifestyle drinks. One of these lifestyle drinks is called matcha latte. Matcha latte, and matcha latte is actually the same like we have with coffee latte, but we don't use coffee as an additional ingredient with the milk. We use matcha tea. It tastes very good, and it's actually, of course, much healthier than to drink coffee with milk. But very interesting, I found 2 studies which prove that if you mix matcha with milk, the health benefiting effects start decreasing, because we have some ingredients in milk. They are called caseins, and these caseins they counteract with the ingredients in matcha and lower the health benefits. So even this study is mentioned in the book, so you're going to find that. So it's very interesting, and that, you know, comes to the point again. Does it make sense to mix the best products together in one supplement, or use 100% natural food product and don't alter it at all? Which, in my opinion, and from my research I did, and from my knowledge I learned over the last 20 years, it makes absolutely more sense to respect the natural way of food intake, and not creating the opinion that a lot of everything together helps a lot. Because, you know, if this would work all the time, that would actually you know, that doesn't make sense to me, because otherwise we would not have so many sick people suffering from a lot of problems. So I hope, Diane, I could answer this question properly. So we have a question from Matt. When you feel the energy lift from drinking matcha, how long after the drink do you feel that, and do you feel any decline in energy after several hours? Usually, if you can drink a matcha in 2 ways. The Japanese call it usucha or koicha. Usucha is a little bit of a thinner matcha composition, so you usually use less matcha and more water. That's the so-called usucha. A usucha is easier to drink. The whole taste is not so intense, which actually leads to the fact that the energy level will be maintained, let's say, about 3 to 4, sometimes up to 6 hours. If you prefer to prepare koicha, which is the more thicker version, it's more the espresso of matcha, so you use more matcha powder and less water, you're going to get a higher amount of ingredients, and this will actually boost you up a little bit, even a little bit more up front. And it also will last longer time. So that, you know, the time frame which I know and which I research, it lies within 3 to 6 hours, depending on whether you drink it more thick or more thinner, and of course also depending on your general presentness. You know, if you suffer from a chronic disease, it will probably be less and over time increase. And if you are a 100% healthy person, or you think you are 100% healthy, you will probably feel the benefits a little bit longer. But 3 to 6 hours is the time frame. Okay, here is, there is a question from Manuel. The ORAC value is mentioned in gram, that's correct. If you now eat 6 grams of dark chocolate, then you have the same amount of antioxidants as matcha. Yes, you know, if it comes down to math, it's right, but it's always, again, we talk about the biological availability, and the biological availability of the summary of ingredients, you know, is depending on the balance of the entire ingredients which play together. And therefore, mathematically, it's right, but according to the biological availability, it's totally different. And that's why we cannot compare 6 grams of dark chocolate, the output of it. We can compare the values, but we cannot compare the biological output. And therefore, you know, it's much better. Okay, are there any more questions? I think, you know, I think that's all. Yeah, if you want to order matcha, you can directly do this over our website, www.kisekimatcha.com. There is an online shop. You can buy online, and you know, you can check. It's very simple, and the single tins which we have here, they are already available. And you can also pre-order your starter kit, and you can also start signing up people with the starter kit. We will start delivering these starter kits beginning end of next week. So another question from Diane: does it have a cumulative effect if taken every day? And if it has a cleansing effect for those who are very toxic, would they experience any side effects when taking matcha initially? I mentioned it already. By using matcha as a cleansing food product, with the high amount of chlorophyll inside and the balance of the ingredients, you will have much less Herxheimer effects, healing effects, than we know from all other detox products, where you have to be very careful to take them, because if you release too many toxins in the same time, that creates very unpleasant effects. And these unpleasant effects you don't experience with matcha that way. Of course, you know, if you take too much, maybe you will feel it a little bit more, but you know, not comparing to any other cleansing program with other products. It's much more balanced. It's much more smooth, much more gentle, but in the same time, much more effective. Okay. Any more questions? Not for now. Okay, so then I would say thank you very much for your attendance. I hope I could give you some inside views. And by the way, this is a matcha latte. It not only tastes good, it looks good. Yeah, it's not perfectly because of the light, but you know, for a little drink in between, it tastes perfect. Yeah, Matt, that looks good, huh? And it tastes good. And by the way, this is the original matcha bowl. Oops, I have to. And it's filled with matcha. My wife brought me a matcha because after 1 hour of webinar, you need to get an energy boost. Perfect. So we are coming back with another webinar in about 2 to 3 weeks. For all our representatives who are online today, just to give you a little bit of final information, we're going to use this platform in the future from now on to educate you a little bit more. The next webinar will be done by our president of the Canadian operation, Ali Ox, and she will choose a topic which is related to IMRS. So we will, of course, send you a newsletter, inform you right in advance. And these webinars are free, not only for representatives, they are also available for your prospects, for clients. So we would like to use this platform from now on to educate people more, to discuss, to even, you know, create groups to meet from time to time. Our goal is to do a webinar every 2 weeks from now on, you know, which are all related to our products, the IMRS, the matcha, and the new products are coming out. Even this year, we're gonna come out with a new annual post system. More infos to come soon. And next year, we're gonna even come out with some more products, and I will probably do a webinar in the fall again and give you a little bit more of an inside view what's going on in our company and what is the way we're gonna go. And yeah, and that's it. So thank you very much. For all the people from California, have a nice afternoon. For all the people from the East Coast, have a nice evening. And for all of us, have a good night. So thank you very much. And take care. Goodbye.